Hey everybody, it's Brenda. How are you all doing today? Hope you're having a lovely day. It's a beautiful sunny day here. So if you've been at this crafting adventure for quite a while, you probably have a bunch of receipt books lying around. I know I did, and I never ever knew what to do with them. So I saw this video a couple days ago and decided what a good idea she was doing. So I decided to show you guys and share it with you guys and see what you thought about it. So today I want to show you how to turn these receipts, and I do have these backed with coffee dyed cardstock because the receipts themselves are very flimsy, almost like newspaper feeling paper. So I did decide to back them. But anyway, we're going to turn these receipts into something like this. And that way we can use them in our journals for vintage looking or faux vintage ephemera. So I'm going to set this aside, and we will turn a couple of these into what looks like some vintage ephemera. And I'm going to use my glue book here because the first thing I want to do is get some of this white tone down. So I'm going to use walnut stain and just take some of this white away from my receipt. Now on the video, she said, and I can't remember who it was that I saw it from, but anyway, she said if you don't have these receipts and you have some ledger paper, you know, plain ledger paper with no writing or anything on it, you could cut down a piece of ledger paper about this size, and then it will just be lines on it, and create your own little receipt. Now I decided not to get into that today, but if you are interested in seeing one made out of ledger paper, I can definitely get one together and show you how I would do it. So we've got this, and I think I'll wait. I try to put in like a little you know, a little fold mark and stuff, but I think I'll wait until after the stamping. That's how I did this one. I stamped first and then put in some little wrinkle folds there. So let's begin. We're going to need a date and an amount, and I've just got a variety, mostly Tim Holtz stamps, but I also, you know, for a dollar amount, I had a little hard time coming up with something, so I finally, I ended on this and called it $30.43. So that's what I'm going to put in my dollar amount, as I did with the first one. I guess I could come up with some kind of a look for some kind of a stamp that has dollar amounts and stuff on it, if I can find one. My usual go-to, and also Amazon is my usual go-to, but if you don't have these receipts like this, they're very cheap to get on, or I should say non-expensive or inexpensive to get on Amazon. So that's another option. If you don't want to use ledger paper, just pick them up on Amazon. Staples probably has them. I'm not sure how much they would be on at Staples, but business stores or Amazon would have some. Even Walmart, I would think, would have some. They're not very expensive at all. Okay, so I want to put the dollar amount in here. And then what I do with that is just take my little pen and put a little period in between to make it $30.43. I could make it $3,000, I guess. $3,000, and put a little mark there. Maybe I'll try that next time. And I'm using, I don't know if I told you, I'm using archival ink in black. And let's see, we need a little date. And first, I think I'm going to go from here, and with my own handwriting, because that's another thing that was very hard to find, I'm going to put 30 and 43 100, like so. And then I'm going to, from and by, down in this little area here, I have like a little National Bank stamp here. So I'm going to do that in my archival red geranium, because I like to have some different colors on my, you know, like ID cards or receipts or whatever we're working on here. So I put that right about here. Okay. I'm not sure where some of my stamps came from. They're from all over the place. And let's see. Oh, received from. I do have some signature stamps that I have acquired, and I think I will just do that in the black archival. I don't have any very good date stamps. That's one thing I would like to acquire at some point. So I'm going to put the name right here. That looks good. And then for the date, and I think I'll put this right down here. This is just a receipt number. So I'm going to, then I'll get to the date. I mean, you can do different things and put these together any way you feel. Thought that would look nice right there. So then I have the date. All I have for the date is this little tiny, I think it's supposed to be April 15, 1940. And it is just a tiny thing. So I would like to invest in some date stamps. I'll just put that, and it's going up and down instead of across too, so that's another thing. There. Worked out okay, but it is tiny. So then I have a large number 2. I wonder if a number 2 would look good right over in this corner. I'm going to try it this time. I knew it wouldn't stick like that. I'll try just putting that big number 2 on there and see what that looks like. Right down here in this corner. Not too bad. I have a, oh, here it is. The filed stamp that says the receipt has been filed. I'm going to do in red, the red geranium. Probably keep going off camera here. So the filed, I'm going to put right up here, sort of at an angle. And then over here, I'm going to put in Faded Jeans is the color. It is a blue color. I'm going to stamp right side up, hopefully, right here. It has been received. And I think we have filled in all of our spaces. That fills out our receipt. And then what I want to do is take some birched or torched, torched timber. And I think my little dauber is so perfect to go with my torched timber, scorched timber. I keep saying torched and it's scorched. And just go around the receipt to give it a little more grunge feel. Love it. Love it. Then I want to use my walnut stain and make those little, just a couple of those little marks in the receipt to let you know that it's been around for a while. There we go. So there you have a receipt turned into a vintage faux looking, or a faux vintage looking piece of ephemera, and excellent writing on the back. Love it. Love how they're turning out. If I can find out where I saw it from, I will try to get the name of the person that I was watching a few days ago. Because she did show you how to turn a ledger, piece of ledger, into one of these receipts. So, and yeah, I forgot to mention, this is Tag Tuesday, and these were close enough to tags for me as far as doing my Tag Tuesday, so I decided to go with it. Okay. And then as you do these, you can mass make quite a few. This time I think I'll try to go with 3043. I'll use the same stamp, but I'm going to change the writing and everything. Because, like I said, that's about the only stamp I have that is anywhere near what I can use for an amount. So this time, I will make it a little comma. And put 3,000. And 43. And no 100. There. Whoops. Gotta cross my T's. Okay, let's put another name on here for the received from. Oh yeah, and that little tiny date. Received from Mr. Moody. And we want the little date. What did I do with that? Put that about right here. Let's see. Change to the red and put the National Bank down at the bottom. Right down here. And let's see, we need the filed at the top. We'll do that in red. Like that. And then I need the receipt number. They're asking for an account number, so I'm giving them the receipt number. And we will do that in black. Like so. So, and we need, kind of like the number 2 in the background, so I'm going to do that again. I mean in the corner down here. Could do a blue too. Let's try a blue too. I think the 2 is made to look sort of vintagey. There we go. That doesn't look bad. And we also need the receipt received. And I want that in blue also. Right here. Oh, these are fun. I love this. That is how this one turned out. So I will do the little scorched timber. These are fun. I like doing this. Nice way to get rid of some of them some of them receipts that I've had hanging around for years. And I want some walnut stain just to do a little messing up to it. And there we have that one. I have one more to do, and I'll do that real quick and then we'll call it a day. Got to take my husband to a doctor appointment again today. It's the hour away one. So I started this a little earlier today and wanted to get it done before we had to take off. And it's going to be an all-day adventure again. So figured I would get this in real quick. So with the archival, we'll get the amount. Wish I could do a different amount somehow, but I just don't know how I could do it. And we'll do the kind of like the looks of the 3000. And let's see, we need a name. It doesn't matter if we use the same name or whatever, because they go in different signatures or different journals. Put that right about here. Ended up with Mr. Moody again. We want our little date. Very tiny date. I don't know if I told you yet, but Alora got her kitty, little Calico, 8 weeks old. She's thrilled with it. The only part she don't like is having to go home and leave Kitty here. What am I missing? Oh, I need the little receipt. What did I do with that? The receipt number I need. Right there. And then my bank name. Got a little bit of black. Wants to get a little much more than I need. And that I want to do in the geranium. Right here. And filed. I have to have a red filed. Right there. And let's see. Do I want to try a red too? I guess we can try a red. I just think, nah, I think I'll do this one in the black because there's a lot of red already on these. So I'll just go ahead and do it in the black again. And the reason that I'm stamping on my little glue book is because if you have some give under your stamping, it works a little better in my case. I don't know if everybody feels that way, but I feel like it stamps a little better for me. So now I need the received. And I think that's it for that one. Just need to do a little bit more distressing. And just like that, we have these very vintage looking receipts. That one and a little more there we have it. So that's what we can do with these receipts that we've been hanging on to for so long. And I absolutely love how they turned out. That one, this one, and this one. Love them. So guys, that is all I have for you today. It's been fun. And a definite mass make if you wanted to sit here and do a few bits of stamping. So other than that, I hope you have a lovely rest of the week. Stay healthy, safe, and blessed. And I will see you next time. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.